Welcome to Riding Mower King. In this video, we're going to be looking at this Craftsman snowblower. It doesn't want to start. It'll crank over, but the carburetor needs to come off. And the carburetor wasn't the only problem. As I found out after the carburetor service, it still did not want to start. So this engine is a 179cc MTD engine, and I got the coil from Amazon. And, I did a little research, and it's a 365 SUA engine. And most of the listings I was finding, they listed it as fitting this engine or the 208cc and possibly one more size. And as I'm going to say a little bit later, there was a little confusion as to whether this coil would fit or not. And here's a picture of just the coil. But the listings were a little bit vague because they were just really generic as far as exactly what engine it would fit. But we're going to find out pretty soon here what the deal is with this one. So after I did the carburetor, that's when I found out there was also no spark, which brings us to video number 2. Okay, so now I got a replacement coil. I ordered 2 of them from Amazon. These were cheap. They were like $12 on sale. It looks like the same kind, so we're going to find out. And I tried to see what I could find online about troubleshooting this coil, and I could literally find almost no information on the whole engine. Plenty of diagrams if you wanted to order parts. There's plenty of ways to order the parts, but there's virtually no information except for it's basically like a Honda clone made in China for MTD. And there's like no specs. There's no name or type of engine almost. Well, there is a type of engine. It's I'll put it up on the screen, the model of the engine, but otherwise there's no information on it. So here's a photograph of the model number on this engine. It's on an area underneath the starter, down below the starter. And when you look this up, the 365 SUB, I got one listing for parts tree that said it's a Troy build engine 2009 and before. Now the label on the back of the snowblower for Craftsman, when you look up that model number for the mower, it lists the engine as a 365-SUA, and the same parts tree website says that's an MTD engine. Which, everybody knows that Troy build is MTD. It's just a name, so they list that differently. So if you look up the model number on the side of the engine, it could possibly be a little confusing. Both drawings look the same, so it really doesn't matter. But otherwise, there really was not any information about this engine. It doesn't even seem to be a Powermore engine. It's just a straight up MTD, no name, possibly a Honda clone. So now that I have supposedly a new coil here, I'm just going to test it to see what kind of readings we get. And going from the high tension lead to ground to the body is the only measurement that you get that's not zero. You test any of these wires, and there's zero resistance to the body here. So this measures 12.6. And if I go with the one on the engine here, the same measurement from the high tension lead over to the body, we get 10.2. So that's a couple ohms difference. Maybe that makes all the difference. Maybe that's why we don't have any spark. So we're going to attempt to mount this new one and see what we end up with. Now, there was one common thing when I read reviews. Some people said that it fit, no problem, it worked great, got them going. But there was a pretty good number of people that said that the mounting holes did not quite line up, and they had to make the holes a little bit bigger. So it depends on what size engine you're putting this on. I believe this engine's a 179 cc's. And it's also listed as fitting the 208. I think it's the 208 size, and maybe one more. So that size, the block may change depending on the size of the engine and the spacing may change, or there may have been a running change in production where they changed the spacing for the holes. So we're going to see what happens here. Well, from what I can tell, the spacing is the same. So maybe I'll get lucky there. And that's the lead that is made for turning it off by putting the throttle down all the way. So now we got the coil on there facing in the correct direction. Get our 10,000 feeler gauge out here. Crank the magnet up here. Let the magnet hold it tight. All right, I'm happy with that gap. Now I'll put the spark plug in. See what we get. And we're all plugged in. Well, we're sparking now. So now we should be at the point where it will run. Well, at this point, we can put it all back together, and I can use the rope, and then we can take the starter off later. But that's my video on this snowblower. And we'll demonstrate the electric start. I lubed it up a little bit, so now it engages right away. It doesn't grind. There you can see right away it engages. So finally, this snowblower is ready to go after a few hours of work on it, dealing with the carburetor and the no spark condition. That set me back a couple days, how to order a coil. I went with a cheap one, took the gamble. You know, if it wasn't going to work, it was only me. It's not like I need to charge a customer extra because right now it's my snowblower, but it's going to be on the market. So for you guys that work on these on the side, if you haven't run into this kind of engine yet, they're not fun to work on. They're not a challenge, but there's a lot of pieces to take apart just to get to something. And, you know, this was a no start and the carburetor was dirty, and, you know, you put it back together. That's when you find out you have no spark. So it would be a good idea to make sure you have spark before you even take it apart. Even if it is a carburetor, you want to know that you have spark, because that's a whole nother project on this one. So, you know, like and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next video. It's going to be another snowblower video, I'm sure, because that's the season that we're in.